Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Don't you just love winter? All the snow on the ground, high electric bills, and closed roads. My whole life until I was 18 was spent in South Texas, a place where the weather is warm, or should I say hot, and winter only lasts about a month and a half. However, the Coast Guard took me away from my native home and sent me to a much colder place with a much longer winter. Here on the East Coast, South Jersey to be exact, winter can affect our everyday lives. It's just my luck that my first winter here would be the product of one of the highest total snowfalls, breaking last year's record according to an Atlantic City report. Through a collection of news articles, testimonies, and even a video clip, we will come to realize the diverse effects and immense impact storms have had on the lives of many. All along the East Coast, the 2010 winter has had a diverse and in many ways negative effects on the East Coast residents. Over the next few moments, I will let you know how winter storms have impacted communities of the East Coast by putting a dent on several economic factors and endangering the lives of many. Our current economy in the U.S. has been hurting for a while, but with the help of terrorizing snowstorms, the East Coast economy is suffering even more, all the way from big business to local markets. The Washington Business Journal took a poll entitled, "How have this winter snowstorms affected your business?" If you look at the graph depicting their data, you may see just how much businesses have been affected. According to the poll, 20% of businesses don't know when they will recover. It's nothing new. We hear on the news about the hundreds of flights being canceled due to incoming snowstorms, forcing airplanes to be grounded. On December 26th, Kristen M. Hall of Yahoo News reported Continental Airlines canceled 250 departures from Newark Liberty Airport just outside of New York City during this year's Christmas storm. Consider the effect this has on the economy of the airlines, which employs local residents. It's almost a trickle-down effect from the top to the bottom. On January 27th, 2011, after a snowstorm in New York City, the stockmarketwatch.com stated businesses were closed for several days, which brought about an unexpectedly early end to the holiday season. Due to stores and businesses being closed, New York City reported billions of dollars lost. This is a great example of the economy of a city only 3 hours away from us being greatly affected. Another major concern created by winter storms is the hazardous conditions which put the lives of all those around us in unnecessary danger. Though you may not always think of winter storms as a killer, it is quite possible for the violent winter conditions to initiate a fatal event. A news article released on December 27, just days after this past Christmas, Fox News reported of a man in Wells, Maine, 59 years old, who died several hours after his pickup crashed into a tree during whiteout conditions. Whiteout conditions were also reported in this area, as you may recall, at the same time. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the icy conditions we often face after a winter storm. How many of y'all have ever been the victim of a slip or a fall? A fall may be more dangerous than you think. Let's take a moment to view a video clip of Fox News reporter Steve Ducey interviewing two doctors on the subject.
At what point, Dr. Cromwell, should you say, you know what, I hit the back of my head, maybe I should go to the emergency room?
That's right. I did a little slip sliding myself yesterday. But absolutely, if you have any trauma to your head,
Right.
You should see a doctor. If you fall and you can't get up right away, you have trouble bearing weight or walking, definitely go see a doctor.
But after you fall down, and we're going to continue to look at some of these people who are unfortunate enough to fall down on camera, when you automatically get up, Dr. Siegel, you're a little disoriented because you just took a tumble.
Not only that, not only do you feel dizzy, but the cold actually keeps you from knowing how bad you're hurt.
Oh.
And if you have a history of back trouble and you twist something, or you have a history of osteoporosis if you're over the age of 50 and you have brittle bones, you're more likely to break something. You may not know it right away. You can bleed, not know it right away. If you're shoveling snow and you shouldn't be, you've been sedentary, you're suddenly moving, you can actually pull some.
Did this video change your point of view on these conditions? Perhaps you have never realized the gravity of conditions outside this very building during these winter months. After considering the information presented to you today, the role winter storms have played this year, not only in our lives, but all those around the East Coast, may be a bit more obvious. Worst possible winter conditions all along the East Coast have greatly affected the lives of its inhabitants. The menacing blizzards have become a burden on the economy, placed unnecessary danger in the lives of many, and has unfortunately arranged the simplicity of our everyday lives. With all the snow on the ground, I'm sure most of you have found yourselves shoveling sidewalks or driveways this winter. Did you ever stop and ask yourself, how is Snow White? Well, according to 7 Doors, pretty good. Just like my audience, the 2010 winter has been rough and unforgiving. It has affected countless amounts of people in many ways and has been the blame of death and discomfort. I pray none of our families would ever have to face the sorrow or discomfort of the family and friends of the man in Wales, Maine, who lost his life due to whiteout conditions. The winter seems never ending. Just realize you have made it more than halfway through, and the frigid season will be over soon. Thank you very much.